Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Thursday, January 9th. Today I am joined, this morning I guess, I am joined by Matt at schools_01 and Boomy at BoomyTCF. You can follow me on Twitter at ZLilja, LALJATCF. Follow the main page at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook. Just type in typical Chicago fans. Follow us on there. All of our social media, we put all the links for this video and the podcast version of this show on all those. And the TCF Morning Show and the TCF podcast that we put out, episode 61. We just put out, what was that, Tuesday, Boomy?
Yeah, I think so. Monday or Tuesday.
So go check that out.
The days are kind of blending together.
Okay. Yeah, they really are, especially after 2 weeks of holidays right in the middle of the week. Yeah. It's just kind of, I still really haven't figured out what day it is.
Yeah.
But also, they said go to YouTube, subscribe on there. That's where we put all the videos for both of those. The TCF, what you're watching right now, the TCF Morning Show, and the TCF Podcast. Go on to Apple, Spotify, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcasts at. Type in typical Chicago fans. Follow us, subscribe, rate, review, give us a 5-star rating wherever you can get your podcast at. Because we put the audio version of this, and we put our TCF podcast on there. Also, just typical Chicago fans. Type it in, follow us. Subscribe, rate, review. Do what you got to do. Boys, our sponsors. I keep forgetting to do that.
Like 3 nights in a row you almost
It's not that I forget. I just get going with the other stuff. Our sponsor, The Money Otter. Go to themoneyotter.com. This beautiful, beautiful mug right here with the beautiful TCF logo on there, made by The Money Otter. Hannah made this for us in the lab out there in the Lake of the Ozarks. Go on to The Money Otter. They got products on there. They're back in the lab after taking a little bit of a holiday break here. But if you got some customized stuff that you want them to do, hit them up on either their Facebook or Instagram and let them know. Again, that is themoneyotter.com. Go check them out on there. And also Score Trader. So we didn't win money this week, but we actually got our $50 cash to us today. So they said they gave out $500 cash prize last week for the wild card rounds. You can win, like I said, some of that money this week in the division rounds, the NFL playoffs. So go on to the App Store, type in Score Trader, and then download that. It's free to play, no deposits, $0, free to play. Right, Boomy? $0. $0. You win you some money.
$0.
We got third place. We got
Cerro Dolores.
We got third place. We got $50. So go on, like I said, go on there. Here is P. Goy telling you how we unfortunately did not win money this week, but how you could win money this coming week in the division round.
Score Trader NFL Wildcard Weekend recap. We on the TCF Chicago team had the second best quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We had the top 3 running backs with Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Devin Singletary. Did not place in the tight end category, and we did have the top wide receiver in DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, we learned the harsh reality of this new daily fantasy system in that the more assets you own at the time of kickoff, the larger risk you take. And if those assets do not cash, then you're going to lose the investment on those assets, therefore making your selections all the more important. But nevertheless, Score Trader will have more contests for the next weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. We encourage you guys to go check them out. It is a free-to-play daily fantasy app with a whole different spin on how to draft your team, how to draft your players. It is a stock market-based contest with trading during the entire week, and then your players are scored based on their performance on the field during the game, and the top 3 players from each category are then scored. And if you own those players based on what you invested, you will get a return on that investment. So go ahead and check those guys out. It is at Score Trader app on Twitter. Totally free to enter. Real cash prizes. Thank you to Score Trader for partnering with us at Typical Chicago Fans and the TCF Morning Show.
Thank you, P. Goy, for that. Like I said, go to Score Trader. Go on to, unfortunately for Android people like Boomy, it is only on the Apple store. But go on to there, go to the search bar, type in Score Trader, download it. It's free to play. Win you some money. It's kind of like stocks, selling and trading. The price of players go up and down throughout the week. Thank you to Score Trader. Thank you to the Money Otter being our two sponsors. We love you guys so much. But our first topic of the night, unfortunately, is the Bulls Pelicans. Bulls lose 108 to 123 to the Pelicans in New Orleans. Boys, they were tied at halftime and put up a 27 spot to the Pelicans' 44 spot in the third quarter. It seems like they have these quarters where nothing happens. That is horrible defense. That is horrible defense. And
yeah, that's almost a 50 piece in one quarter, man. And they gave the other quarters are 23, 25, 31, and 44. That is just, like you said, you nailed it. It's just
inconsistency. Inconsistency is what it is. Brandon Ingram had 29, but Zach LaVine had 32. Zach LaVine has 32. And
Thomas Satoransky has got to sit his ass down, man. He is garbage right now. He played like 30 minutes and had 6 points. Dude stinks.
Kobe White, the guy that's probably playing in his spot, had 10 points in 32 minutes. 0 for 2 from 3-point, 2 assists, and 1 turnover. And it just seems like you're just not getting production from guys off the bench or even starters that you need to bank on to at least keep you in games.
The bench scored 23 points tonight.
It's just ugly.
23 points.
You guys touched on it a second ago, though. Brandon Ingram, how about the year that guy's having? My God. Like, it's one of those examples of a guy, like, if he doesn't blow, people start losing what their faith in him.
Yeah, the Lakers get rid of him and everything, and it's just like,
Lakers get rid of him.
But he's a good player.
Now the guy, he's 22 years old.
Yeah, he's
22.
Don't forget that.
Like, he's averaging 25 a game right now, almost 7 rebounds. He's I don't know.
Zion
he's a
comes
phenomenal
back
shooter
on this
right
team after watching tonight's game. He comes back, and I think this team will be a decent team. Unfortunately, they're in the West. Unfortunately for them, like you said, if they were in the East right now, they would be in like a playoff spot for even what they're playing.
They'd be in the 10th spot, but right now they're in 4th in the West.
Yeah,
he is. I mean, back to Ingram real quick too. He's averaging 48% from the field on the season, 40% from the arc on the field.
Be nice to have in the
86%.
Be nice to have in the Bulls.
Yeah, that 40. He's flirting with the 40, 50.
You know what he's doing? He's being consistent. Yeah. He's being consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts, dude. That guy.
And he has turned into a bum finger too. He's doing this, and he's not 100% healthy. So
yeah. If he's gonna hit 40, if he's gonna hit 40% from the arc, like just with his mid-range game, he's long and lean, so he's able to get to the rim really well. Like if he's able to shoot that well outside, he is going to be a damn good pro for a long time.
Yeah.
I said the Bulls lose a game to the Pelicans where these are games you got to win. You got a tougher schedule coming up here in the second part of the season. And I don't know. Like you said, there's just nothing that you can say to this team that's consistent. There's nothing. Zach LaVine, 32 points, but 13 of 24. I put up 24 shots for that. It's just, like I said, it's just one of there's nothing to look forward to on this team. There's nothing that really intrigues you on this team right now. It's just a lot of Something that is intriguing to us is the new XFL rules. There's a lot of change here. The first one that I look at here, it's kind of weird. It's the first intriguing one is that the kickoffs are designated to increase the likelihood of return. They will be placed at the 30-yard line, but the coverage and blocking team will line up on receiving teams' 35 and 30-yard lines, respectively, and only the kicker and returner can move until the ball is either caught or hit the ground, and like at the 3-second call or something like that. That is
they don't want touchbacks and they want returns.
That is going to be very interesting to see. And the touchbacks are 35 yards.
Except
if it's out of bounds, it's 45 yards.
between the 20-yard line and the goal line, then bounces out of the end zone or is down in the end zone, will result in the receiving team taking possession at the 15. So that really tries to prod the teams into, taking the ball out.
I gotta say, I don't like any of this. I'm gonna start this right now. Just ball, just
I
give me
do
the
get
same
that. Like,
rules. My brain cannot function with two
I'm
sets
with you.
of different rules
Because
for
you're
football.
looking at this.
Fuck this.
The next one is
dude.
the players can't leave the line of scrimmage on punts until after the kick. Any
Get
kicks
to
that go to
number
the end
3,
zone.
please. And for anybody that likes to wager on football in any capacity, fantasy, gambling, whatever it may be, this third rule is an absolute travesty to that. An absolute joke.
What is it?
3 options after scoring a touchdown. A 1-point play from the 2-yard line, a 2-point play from the 3-yard line, or a 3-point play from the 10-yard line. There is no option to kick an extra point. So you're telling me their touchdowns could be worth 9 points?
At what point do you change the rules too much? At what point aren't you playing football?
Good luck taking an under in this shit.
Oh, man, because, everyone's going for that 3-point play.
Set at 88 points.
Everyone's going.
They discouraged bringing out all the criminals that had, anybody that had a checkered past. And then, so they take away the fun there. Then they take away, like, any of the gambling. They're, like, discouraging gambling, obviously, because this is just way too confusing, for my opinion. I don't get it, man. Just give me football. If you're gonna play more football,
what is this?
Just give me the regular game. This is like a totally different sport.
The overtime rule?
See, I'm a fan of chaos, so I kind of like it. I like that they're trying to be different because they've shown in all the leagues that they've tried. The USFL was the only one that has had success. The old XFL didn't work. The AAF didn't work. They're trying to go so far outside of. I don't hate it. I'm not saying it's going to be a great product because I really don't think that's going to be the case. But if you're going to try and be different and try and sell a product, then I don't hate this at all.
Did you see the overtime rule? The overtime rule. Each team will get 5 single play possessions from the 5-yard line. Yeah. If the game is still tied at that point, the rotating possessions will continue until there is a winner. The XFL hopes that overtime will be rare, in part because of the multiple options for points after touchdowns, which is true.
I don't even understand what any of this means.
I don't even know what the
I'm not gonna
fuck that
lie.
means.
I don't know what any of this means.
I understand what it means, but what the fuck? 5 single play possessions from the 5-yard line.
Where do you come up with 5? The fifth. We got the fifth down. The 5th down play. Like that just doesn't even roll off the tongue. Like it hurts. Stupid. It hurts to say
This is so stupid. I'm with Matt.
Only have to have 1 foot in bounds to get a catch. The clock.
That's fine. Give me the college rule. Give me the pro rule.
Give me like the coolest catches ever.
Let's see. 2 timeouts.
The Hawkeye technology, I like that, where they're using what tennis uses, like with like the spot on the ground where they're using like laser technology to be able to see where.
A video official who can intervene on non-reviewable plays when involving player safety or any.
Here's the one I really like. Player to coach communication. All skill positions on offense will have the headset from the head coach.
I don't hate it. There's no reason. I have no problem with that.
Allowing offensive linemen to be up to 2 yards downfield when a pass is thrown, hoping that
so it's free
flags. What?
Yeah, because in the NFL you're allowed to be. It says in the XFL official
less
thing, it
flags,
says you're allowed to be 3 yards from the line instead of the NFL, which is 1. So it's a 2-yard difference.
They'll cap the games at 2 hours and 45 minutes.
About the what?
That's what they're That's like the runtime they're shooting for.
A series of
because it's a running clock. It's a running clock outside of the final minutes.
I'm not a fan.
They're trying to minimize flags on RPOs. Did you see that?
I'm not a fan.
Allowing offensive linemen to be up 2 yards downfield when a pass.
Yeah. And do you guys also see the double forward pass?
Yeah, dumb.
Well, with what Matt said, you can almost do too much, and they've done too much. They've gone too far. They've gone too far.
Just pick one. Pick the college rules. Pick the pro rules. Play football. Let's go.
Yeah.
It just be
At
done.
some point, you're done. You're not even playing football.
The thing that they did right was they're trying to get good players. They're actually paying up for some guys that have played in the NFL relatively
But now you're
recently.
just trying to throw out way too many crazy rules.
Right. Just play the goddamn sport like we know it. That's all I'm asking. Like, this is not a complicated thing. If you want a successful league, you need to make it to where it's either like some sort of like minor league system or a developmental league of some kind. By doing that,
That was called the
AAF.
AAF.
The AAF didn't
Yeah,
fail.
but they did it wrong.
They didn't
They
fail
have good
because they
players.
played football.
They didn't play good
But
players.
they
dude.
tried
They
to be the minor league. They had a relationship.
They didn't
with
have
the
any
NFL.
money though. They weren't even paying people. Would
Yeah.
you go play if you're not getting paid? The checks weren't even clearing after week 2.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, if you do it right, if you're actually going to just invest the money, people will pay for football in the summer. They'll pay for it in the fall. They'll pay for it in the winter. They're sure as shit going to pay for it in the summer when baseball gets boring during the dead of the
My
summer.
thing is, if you want to be the minor leagues of the NFL, then you don't make the 1 foot rule because then you're not even like you're not getting ready for the next level.
I mean,
Well, the NFL is not claiming to be the
No,
minor
but
league,
that's what I'm
so they
saying.
have no-
If that's what they're
but they've got to be striving to be a developmental league in some capacity because that's where they're really excelling. They'll get young that way.
right,
You know,
right.
And that's what's going to make the league good is not relying on 35-year-old quarterbacks and 38-year-old offensive linemen. It's going to be getting the fringe guys that don't go to the NFL, that want to play in the summer, that want to make a little extra cash, that maybe were undrafted free agents that they need to make the cash then.
But I think they also need to open the door to the guys, like you said, with the checkered past, because that's kind of not a revenge tour, but an opportunity, a new open
Get the
window.
redemption,
It's
like you got to have talent. If this league doesn't bring in talent, it doesn't matter what they do. All these trick gimmicks and anything like that, it's all about the talent if you're going to actually pay for it.
like I said,
Bottom line.
AAF didn't fail because they were playing football. They failed because of the talent on the field and there was no money there. They didn't fail because, like I said, changing the rules, I don't think is just going to make this some crazy, like, ooh, we want to go see this now because you can do this and that. I think changing the rules is just a little. I'm not a fan of this. But
I
do get Boomy's point though about wanting some sort of little
you want a gimmick
twist in some capacity. Like I don't mind that. I shouldn't say like pick a set of rules, but like stick to one type of scoring system for Christ's sake. I don't think that's asking much.
But White Sox season tickets. Boomy, you were saying something about this.
Yeah, I just saw it on Twitter the other day. They've exponentially grown their number of season tickets sold to this point, and obviously, I think we all saw this coming with the free agents that were
biggest
picked up.
Offseason they've had in a long
it's good to
time.
see it. I mean, it's been 10 years since the South Side seen a playoff team, so I think it's going to be good for baseball in the city. I'd be interested to see what the Cubs season ticket numbers are coming in. I don't think they're going to be an issue. We brought in to a 10-game package for the Cubs this year. But no, it's just good to see that there's actually going to be people at
guaranteed rate
at the spot.
So that'll be nice for the White Sox to have some fans there this year. Good for them.
Got to pay for those free agents somehow.
Good for them. Our next thing, a little bit more Cubs style. KB, Nolan Arenado trade rumors, and we were talking a little bit before the show here. And overall players, we may be saying this because it looks like we're most likely not going to have KB at the beginning of this 2020 season. But if you overlook the whole thing with the batting, with the defense, I think Arenado comes out on top.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that we won't have KB though.
It looks a lot like it.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's a 90%, but I'd probably put it at 75-25 that he's not going to be a Cub.
Oh, I think that might even still be a little high. I just don't know if it's gaining traction.
What
this
is
is just
making
rumors.
you think that he's going to be a Cub?
All they need to do is get the grievance situation settled. I mean, once the grievance situation settled, that's all they're waiting on to determine compensation in a trade, in my opinion. Because I mean,
I just want to see something like all I've seen so far is just rumors. I'd like to see a little something more. I just don't know. I don't know who to trust in the way that the off season's gone. I don't have any like ground to stand on and be like, oh, this is definitely going to happen for sure. I don't know right now. I just don't know if it's that high.
Yeah, I mean, I'm of the mind like I'm a huge Chris Bryant fan. I think he's probably a top. If he's not a top 10 player, he's without question a top 15 player in baseball. I mean, from a talent perspective, from a production perspective, if the guy's healthy, he's going to produce. That's just the bottom line. That's what he's done at every level of baseball. It's what he's done every season. When he's been healthy. Nolan Arenado is a different breed, though. I mean, that guy is an elite defensive player at third base. He is an elite hitter. His splits defy Coors Field, so he doesn't have his road splits don't fall off the table. The guy hits everywhere. Power, average, RBI.
Energy. The energy is always there.
Energy. He's a fiery guy, and I love that. I absolutely love it. He's a guy like I've had the MLB package the last few years, and the way my life works out, I'm always up late. And I'm usually watching a West Coast game. I usually pick a West Coast team. Last year it was the Rockies. I watched a lot of West Coast Rockies games. The year before was the Diamondbacks for some reason. I don't know how I pick him, but Arenado's an absolute monster, dude. All he does is mash, and it's every night. He doesn't go in long slumps. He doesn't like go in those spells where he just falls off the table. That guy just, man, he's an elite player, and if he's not in the category with Trout and Mookie Betts and some of those kind of guys, he's in that next rung below, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude's a stud, man. He's got some of the best hands I've ever seen play at the hot corner. He's fun to watch. I like his game a lot. I obviously, and I think we can like kind of put this to rest. Like if KB does get traded, it's not that like any of us are like clamoring for it. It's not that we want the guy ran out of town. It's the business of the game. Everybody loves Chris Bryant. It doesn't make you a bad fan for saying that. And it's a business. At times guys
We're talking
move
about
on.
Two very, very, very good baseball players, and we'll be lucky to have either play on our team.
I'm sorry to cut you off, Zach. I didn't mean to do that. But one other thing to add into that, too, though, in a possible swap-type situation where Bryant would be dealt for prospects and Arenado sounds like Contreras, Hayward, and probably a couple pitching prospects, either Marquez or Alzolay. But if Arenado signed through 2025, and Chris Bryant is signed through 2021, or excuse me, through 2021. I mean,
he just signed that deal
now, and that's if the grievance doesn't go through, where he could be a free agent at the end of this year. So
it's a big deal.
The fixed cost, and you know what you're spending is huge, and you don't know what Bryant's going to be asking for. You could assume it's going to be asking for the moon based on his agent being Boris, and based on his history with the Cubs and obviously the frustration with the way he was handled when he was first called up. So kind of messing with his free agency. But one more thing to add too is the age. Is they're within a year of age difference too. So you're not paying up for age either. So you're not going to go wrong if Arenado's playing third. You're not going to go wrong if Chris Bryant's playing third for the Cubs next year. I just want to make sure it's one of the two of those guys.
Yeah, like I said, we'd be lucky to have the guy. But at this point, it is just rumors, so we're going to have to wait and see. That's pretty much what every move the Cubs are going to make this year has been. Just rumors. So we'll have to wait and see if at some point they do something, either a trade, a signing, something. But tomorrow, we have Frank the Tank back on tomorrow. We'll be talking a little bit about the division round. Hopefully he'll be singing Birthday Buzz Cut. We'll be talking about some other stuff with him. Maybe we'll talk a little bit KB Arenado with him, whatever he's feeling.
You got to have your own clippers handy, though, because if he starts singing Birthday Buzz Cut, you got to start chopping, too. That's just the way.
Yes. I got an extra pair of clippers at the house you can borrow.
No, I don't need a buzz cut. But like I said, tomorrow we will have Frank the Tank on, so everyone get ready for that again. And I said, it's going to be nice of him. Maybe we'll get him all the way through the NFL playoffs here to get it come on once a week. But we love having Frank the Tank on last week with me, him, and Boomy. It was awesome. It was hilarious. And the guy knows his football, too. Like I said, we threw some sports trivia at him. Maybe Boomy can find some more trivia. He knows what kind of trivia he can throw at him, so maybe we can get a little more and see what we can do at the end of the next show. But Boom, you got a wacky web story for us?
Do I have a web story? Yes, I have a web story. Please.
Go Go on.
It's not Christmas Eve. I came prepared, all right? That's the one day of the year I get to take off of the web story.
Go on.
But anyway, this woman in Florida claims she hit the jackpot. But when you find out why she thinks she hit the jackpot, I think it's quite opposite. This lunatic of a woman gave birth to 2 sets of twins in the calendar year of 2019. This woman had 4 children in 2 separate births within 10 months of each other.
I would jump off a building.
I think you're catching this. She has 4 children under the age of a year at her house now. She had given birth to a set of twins, Mark and Malachi, in March, and wasted no time because she gave birth to another set of twins, Kaylin and Caleb, in December.
How is that even?
She claimed she hit the. I mean, do we need to give you?
I understand how it's made. How to do it, like, don't you need like some time off or something?
No, I don't think. Obviously,
Goodness gracious,
Alexandria Wollaston didn't need any time because she wasted none of it. I mean, that is. She says, "I feel like I hit the twin lottery." I feel like she's not going to say that when she has 4 poopy diapers to change and 4 screaming toddlers.
Very close age to have 4.
And I can't imagine how your body feels after giving birth to 4 children in 12 months. I mean,
that's the one thing I want to say is because what women go through during pregnancy and birth. My God, that's insanity. What happens to their bodies and what they have to go through to do that 4 times and it's in 1 calendar year. Absolute bananas. On the flip side, the dad. My God, from a dad's perspective, I would run, dude. I don't know what else you would do. I would flee. I would go as far as I humanly possibly could because I'd be so terrified. I would be so terrified. I have 1, and it's more work than I've ever comprehended that it could be in my life.
Matt, having 4 of that at the same age.
Multiply that by 4, I would lose my mind. I'm not kidding. I would absolutely lose my mind.
You better have like family help or something. I don't know, but oh my God,
4 under 1, and that's like not even. Oh my God, that's bananas. And the fact that a woman not only gets pregnant twice within a calendar year, that's rare when the Irish twin kind of thing. But then to literally have Irish twins, like double Irish twins, that's just berserk.
Well, let's just say
me and my sister were almost Irish twins. We were 12 months, 12 days apart. But even that, like Irish twins, like you said, is rare enough. But then Irish twins, like that's
let's just say I can't.
What are the odds?
I can't imagine this lady's husband is doing a podcast.
No, he's probably
I can promise you. Right now. I can promise you he's not. He's probably in the corner crying every night.
He's not doing a morning show, which he records every night.
He's standing outside of his house in like West Palm Beach, Florida, just ripping cigs and just trying not to drink a gallon of rum. Like, what else can you do?
I saw the article. The babies they're freaking adorable. I will say that. And that's what's fun about babies is they're great to look at. But my God, when when you're in the fire and you're getting
you're sitting there and all 4 of them are just crying,
spit up,
all crying.
All 4 have crapped their pants at once.
That gives me anxiety just thinking about it.
And frankly, when women nurse, they only have they can only do 2 at a time. So. There's 2 more lined up waiting. It's how do you even? That's
create like a assembly line. Like you gotta.
Yeah, that's all they could be doing because when they're newborns, they're feeding every 2-3 hours.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Come on. I guess this the science of this doesn't make sense. But I guess to me. That's what I guess
it's their fault.
Yeah. She said that she did say in the article that her grandmother lost a set of twins at birth, so she thinks that there's some sort of extra or paranormal.
Not that kind of stuff. What I mean, I don't mean it.
Awesome.
But what
that kind of.
But
stuff.
what I mean by their fault, you know what I mean by is their fault.
Yeah. You knew that risk going in. So
you have twins. Maybe you want to take a little time off of having kids for maybe just a little bit. and then boom, you're with another set of twins. That would imagine getting that news.
There are some of those people
kids.
100 kids doesn't rattle them. They had a million kids, it doesn't rattle them. Like they're the same person. They have no like emotional highs and lows. Like both my wife and myself, we get way too up, way too down. Like to have 4 of them, man, like that, she would kill me.
This woman should have called the Octo Mom and asked her how hard it is.
But that was like a science lab experience.
Yeah, that was
what they did with her was crazy.
The movie Cheaper by the Dozen, having 12 kids, having 12 kids. Oh my god!
Well, that was also a fictitious movie and not real life.
Well, I understand that, but there's definitely
and they were blended families.
I have, I think one of my grandparents had like 10 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, our grandpa was like the one of 10 or one of 11 or something.
Yeah, my dad's.
If you have that many kids, one of them is going to be a serial
back in like the
killer
40s and 50s. 40s and 50s.
One's a criminal, one's a killer. There's
the one show that they have like 18 kids, like John and Kate plus 25 or whatever the hell.
That was a show.
Like one of those kids is going to do something very illegal at some point. That's
those people suck.
I don't think that's a fact.
I just feel like you're just like it's. You're just
have a bunch
too many
of kids
dice.
and you're just gonna have a criminal at some point.
Well, it's simple math. If you have
the odds say they are. Just like heads or tails is likely to be 50% either way if you flip it 100 times. Like the odds say that.
But if you flip 100 coins,
1 in 15 is going to be a criminal.
Exactly. Playing the odds here.
I just think that's
I wish I could gamble on that. A family.
I wish I had your optimism and appreciation of people, Zach, because you just obviously see the best people in Boomie and I are picking up the
I don't want to look at a family of 10 and being like, well, I bet you freaking one of them are criminals.
2 of you are going to jail.
Which one of you are the ones that my cousin Boomie? He said that one of you gotta be criminals.
Commit a capital crime here.
Who do I got to worry about here in this room?
Who's the criminals here?
Just...
Goodness gracious.
Happy Thanksgiving, though.
Yeah.
I like to see the better in all people. But, boys, anything post-show?
Tomorrow's going to be wild with Frank, that's for sure.
Tomorrow will be wild with Frank. Hopefully we get him to sing the birthday buzz cut song.
Hey, are we going to get any snow here, or like we just going to do this freezing cold stuff here in north central Illinois? This sucks.
This weekend's supposed to be kind of a shitty, wintry mix.
You want to hear? You want to hear?
Hurting when I go outside.
I should have told you guys that we were not going to get any snow because Black Friday comes and your boy here decides I'm going to upgrade and buy myself a nice big snowblower, 2-stage gas snowblower.
Get no snow.
Yeah. It's like normally like $700-800. Got a good deal on it on Black Friday, whatever. And not a fucking flake, dude.
That's incredible. I did not know that.
So that thing is pristine, crystal clear, hasn't been touched.
It may not snow for the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. So if that's all it takes is me to spend that kind of money for one winter to get a winter full of
Thanks for following.
You're all welcome. Maddie. You're all very welcome. All right.
Thanks for falling on the sword, buddy.
We'll have you. Maybe the next one you buy, we'll send you some money. We'll make you buy one every few years.
We'll all just keep
the luck.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, in summer I'll buy a new mower so it doesn't rain. We get all that stress. Well, I guess
rain.
It's just going to keep going for 7-8 years, and Matt's got like a dozen snowblowers at his house, and his wife's like, "Why the hell
mowing?"
Okay, I'll buy a pool. I need to GoFundMe for a pool. That way it doesn't get too hot in the summer. But we don't want to be able to use the pool every day. So just a few days here and there.
Unless you're Stu Finer's pool, then it's always 85.
We don't need to start talking about Stu Finer. What a maniac.
Stu Finer said the pool is always 85.
I'm Stu Finer!
He's got to have a furnace hooked up to it if he's keeping it at 85.
I think that's what he said. He says it's very warm.
Pretty much.
The heater.
It's a wood-burning stove underneath.
Yeah, it's he's on a stove. He's boiling a pot of water.
He just
hilarious.
chopping wood all the time and just throwing it
Well,
in.
thank you to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddy.otter.com. Go to their Instagram and Facebook page. Hit them up on there if you want to go onto their website. If the product if you're looking for something else, hit them up on like I said, their Facebook or Instagram. If you got something customized that you want them to make, hopefully they can help you out with that. Again, that is themuddy.otter.com. And also Score Trader going into the division round this weekend, so you can also win some money. I think there's going to be a $500 cash was given out last week. So this weekend there's also I think going to be $500 cash given out. We won $50. What was that? The last week 17? We won $50. We got third place, won $50 last week. Unfortunately, we did not win any money. But here is Pigoy to tell you how we did not win the money, the players that we picked out, many players that you would like to pick out, and how you can win some money free of charge.
Score Trader NFL Wildcard Weekend recap. We on the TCF Chicago team had the second best quarterback in Deshaun Watson. We had the top 3 running backs with Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, and Devin Singletary. Did not place in the tight end category, and we did have the top wide receiver in DK Metcalf. Unfortunately, we learned the harsh reality of this new daily fantasy system in that the more assets you own at the time of kickoff, the larger risk you take, and if those assets do not cash, then you're going to lose the investment on those assets, therefore making your selections all the more important. But nevertheless, Score Trader will have more contests for the next weekend of the NFL playoffs, the divisional round. We encourage you guys to go check them out. It is a free-to-play daily fantasy app with a whole different spin on how to draft your team, how to draft your players. It is a stock market-based contest with trading during the entire week, and then your players are scored based on their performance on the field during the game. And the top 3 players from each category are then scored. And if you own those players based on what you invested, you will get a return on that investment. So go ahead and check those guys out. It is at Score Trader app on Twitter. Totally free to enter. Real cash prizes. Thank you to Score Trader for partnering with us at Typical Chicago Fans and the TCF Morning Show.
Thank you, Pigoy. Again, that is Score Trader. Go to Score Trader on the Apple Store. Go to the search bar, Score Trader. Download it. $0 deposit is what you need to play here. Free of charge. You can win money without having to put money into it. If you like stocks, if you're into that kind of stuff, or if you just like a different kind of maybe DFS, a little interesting way to how to buy and sell players on there, you can, because they said the price of players go up and down throughout the week. So go on there, try it out. That is Score Trader. If you want to follow me, at ZLiljTCF. If you want to follow Matt, at schools_01. If you want to follow Boomy on Twitter, at BoomyTCF. The main page is at typical_Chicago. Instagram, Facebook, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Go on to YouTube, subscribe on there. That's where we put all of our videos, the TCF Morning Show. And then go on to wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. We put all the TCF Morning Show and all of our TCF podcasts on there. The TCF Morning Shows are put out there every morning. They're dropped about 7 o'clock in the morning. Is it Central Time zone we're in? Central Time. And then what else we got? I think that's it. We said we drop all those on our social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It's been, what is this? Thursday, January 9th, the TCF Morning Show. Tomorrow we got a big show for you guys. We got Frank the Tank. It is my birthday. It's birthday day for me. Then next week, we got birthday for Matt, so it's birthday month for the good guys, because all the good guys were born in January.
Truth hurts, Boomy. Sorry, dude.
Boomy. Oh, when is your?
Yeah.
I didn't even remember when is your birthday? Not in January. Oh, my bad. I am so sorry. It's a salty way to end the show, but it's been the TCF Morning Show, Thursday, January 9th. We love you all.
Peace.